Ruth Stone's poem Ordinary Words is the title poem of her 1999 collection Ordinary Words. The poem has two stanzas of 11 and 6 free verse lines respectively. The first stanza consists of a speaker reminiscence of a time when she hurt another person with her words and a description of the pain and regret she continues to feel for that act, even though the person is now dead. The second stanza is a simile comparing the music of an ancient reed with the ability of a blind bird to recall its grief. Let's see the summary of the poem. The poem begins with the speaker describing an incident in which she calls someone a name. The speaker is commonly thought to be a version of Stone herself, and the person she calls a name is commonly thought to be her deceased husband, Walter Stone. She uses the term whatever here to suggest that the name she used is not significant, but the fact that she committed the act is. The speaker says that her name calling is no longer important because her husband is dead. She states this figuratively by saying, "Your clothes have become a bundle of rags." The statement, "I paid with my life for that," means that she continues to regret the act because it stayed with her husband for a long time. The eighth line signals a separation from the first part of the stanza, with the speaker suggesting that marriage was not all she believed it would be. Dull drugs signifies something that is left over. The last two lines, in which Stone uses the adjective lackluster as a noun, refer to the couple's sexual life. In the second stanza, Stone breaks from the narrative of the first stanza and offers two seemingly different images, music from an ancient reed and a bird. She links them together with a simile. Similes use like or as to draw comparisons between two different things. Here Stone compares the music from an ancient reed, a flute, to the way the blind bird remembers its sorrow. The bird is in the mountains where the speaker has never been, yet she is imagining the bird, suggesting a link between her and the bird. The comparison suggests that the speaker is in some way blind as well. Her emotional vision is muddy. Memory is one tool poets use for inspiration. In Greek mythology, Mnemosyne was the muse of memory and the mother of 9 muses. Memory is also the muse of ordinary words. Stone begins her poem by recalling a specific incident from the past. She paints the memory of the event in broad brush strokes. For example, she uses the word whatever to refer to the name she called her husband, and she employs general terms such as clothes and middle-class beauty rather than providing specifics about those terms. By describing her memory of the act in this vague way, Stone emphasizes that it is not so much the act itself she is remembering, but the emotional fallout from the act. She traces that fallout back in the last lines of the first stanza, depicting her marriage as a testing ground for herself, one in which she learned much about who she is. Some of the most enduring and powerful poetry addresses loss of love, loss of life, loss of self. The poem explores the emotional complexion of loss by detailing the speaker's remorse for something she said that she feels she should not have said. Sometimes people say things or behave a particular way because doing so allows them to be someone other than who they are. The speaker expresses this sentiment when she says, "Then I wanted to see what it felt like." Unfortunately, she cannot shake the feeling even after the person to whom she said the words has passed on. Not only does she have to live with having lost the person, but she also has to live with losing the person she was before she tried on the words she used. The poem also addresses another kind of loss, the loss of enthusiasm and freshness that often accompanies a new marriage. Stone expresses this loss in the phrases "the dull drugs of ordinary marriage" and "the thick lackluster spread between our legs." The final stanza evokes the continuing feeling of loss by using a simile that has as its central image a blind bird. Though the bird has lost its sight, it has retained the feelings of sorrow, just as the poem's speaker has.